What's one type you'll never date again? Me and the boys, men, and especially a gamer boy who plays 60 hours in 2 weeks and at the same time can't even game with me for 3 hours. And any man that doesn't ask me to meet up or phone call, any man who doesn't give me the same effort. Gym bros. Like the ones that can't shut up about how much they lift and give unsolicited advice to everyone that passes by. The smartest guy in the room guy. He was a know-it-all and no one could tell him any different. It was insufferable. Someone who makes politics their whole personality. Those are usually the most egotistical and self-righteous people you meet. Someone who doesn't know how to have a fight. An actual discussion where two people disagree and express their feelings. He just couldn't. Always froze or held it back, or occasionally was explosively angry, but it didn't lead anywhere. Literally felt like I was dating someone I couldn't connect with. Any woman that requires special effort, a big production, or a big outlay of cash just to meet and see if there are Earl Sparks /interest. I won't introduce any kind of power dynamics or ownership /expectations. If you need to be sucking down a $29 plate of pasta to figure out if you like me, or need to be at a $300 live event, I already don't like you. There, it's decided. These are the same women that are tired of being treated like property. Well, stop exchanging your time /affection for meals or outings and your dating life might change. Men who don't have a good relationship with their mom and are disrespectful to their mom's face. I don't know how to call a person like this, so I'll give you example instead. XGF said that we should be a separate cell of society. She meant we should have only our friends, our hobbies, and we should distance ourselves from parents and etc. I personally think anyone can have a right on their personal life which is not connected to the relationships. Anyone who says, "I love you" too fast or love bombs. And also any man estranged from family of origin, his kids, or others who should be important to him. It's not necessary that he have deep relationships with all, but someone who burns things down as he leaves is one to avoid. I don't know why my exes left me. He seemed like nice guy and mostly was. But really selfish in relationships. I was giving far more than receiving. The fact that he shared too many details with his male friends didn't help. Like his exes, I also ghosted him. No use trying to talking out with someone like that. The kind that says there's nothing wrong with their mental health even though there obviously is. Wolfman, I don't remember what they were called, lol. You know those men who say that it's okay to cheat on their wife because they are a man. Once the boy I like invited me to his house to watch a horror movie, but while we were watching it he just kept looking at his phone and besides he kept giving me spoilers. Now I hate that movie and besides I haven't gone out with him again. Not that all are like this, but bartenders. Trying to make it work when I have a 8 to 5 job and he's working till 2 a.m. then goes out to the bars afterwards. Makes it impossible to trust them when they are basically flirting for a living. Doesn't help I'm not very trusting in the first place. Also, that lifestyle seemed to only cause him to just continue drinking and doing more drugs. It's like a trap. Germans. My own language turns me off. German dirty talk is the worst. Also every German I have ever dated didn't have any spice. No spark. No nothing. The actual bad boy, drug addicted, drinker, I don't give a fuck type. Always abusive IMO and the sex isn't worth the panic attacks and heartache. Anyone. Relationships are way too much work to be with someone who I'm not good enough for. This is going to sound terrible, but first, car guys. Second, gaslighters. Third, suicidal guys or extremely over-emotional. As someone who struggles with MDD and a lot of intense emotional struggle, I would never be with someone who gaslights me or struggles with extreme depressive episodes. Having to convince my ex to not kill himself for 7 fucking hours straight almost killed me. I could never do that to myself again for my own health. Women who define themselves by being someone's boyfriend and have never been single. Never again. If a chick breaks up with their guy and immediately hooks up with you, it's a bit of a red flag. If every single relationship they've been in ends up that way, just run, trust me. The kind of gets a knife and says I'm gonna make you have a kid with me and made the attempt, after I said I don't want to have kids for the umpteenth time. Awful human being. All men are trash. Set the tone of every interaction that guilty until proven innocent. As someone who is very carefully to choose friends who are good people, it was frustrating to have to prove my and my friend's character without reason to be suspicious of it. Spent the entire relationship proving that I and my friends are in fact not trash people. Gamers. Both of them consistently ignored me to play video games after it had been discussed prior to the relationship beginning and they said it wouldn't happen. Self-proclaimed feminists. It really only meant she thought men were inferior and blamed all her issues on men. A deeply unhappy woman that wasn't fun to be around. Girls who attended a Catholic HS. Sure, the kinky sex is kinda cool for a while. But it's not worth dealing with the batshit crazy personality. At least, that's what I've heard. I won't date at all again. Sorry, I'm just not that person. I don't believe in that kind of relationship. Girls who only talks about himself or in the first date don't keep the phone, zero empathy and living in a Disney World, fantasia. Depressed women / women with a lot of emotional baggage. As someone who's also depressed and is on meds, there's legit no bandwidth in my brain to share the burden. Also, why I've been single for a while. Someone born into a higher tax bracket. My ex came from a wealthy family and there was a very distinct culture difference. She would call me white trash cause in pictures of my younger self were in baggy clothes cause a good bit of my stuff was hand-me-downs. I cooked hamburger helper one night and she refused to eat it because it's poor people food. She also didn't know how to cook because she never had to cook for herself and refused to let me teach her. Men that only have male friends. If he doesn't have a female friend, he doesn't have no one else to help him to have an idea about how women can think or feel, and I don't think it's enough or healthy to just know how to treat his own mom or sister, he needs female friends. Alt, I think that's the right term at least, girls. Every single time it has ended horribly. The not romantic dead inside type. Who just put the bare minimum emotionally but will do anything for you when asked. It's like a trap. Overly ambitious people. Sucks being in a relationship where their priorities are everything but you. The goofy gamer boy. The leader of the group boy. The I'm a real man, how dare you even think about me in that way boy ***. Those who need to say it out loud are manipulative bastards, trust me, ***. No more crazy. Specifically, nobody with similar issues to mine. That fantasy of being able to relate and understand each other's issues is nothing but a fantasy. Single mom who was abused by a druggy violent ex, done it twice and now my head is completely fucked up.